game stores remind me of the merry old land of Oz. Group therapy in a room that looks like one of the rooms in the Ducal Palace of Venice. That's impressive architecture. And the parents of patients came for an open house thing for a group therapy session, and that kind of setup, that'll be very impressive. But with that, I suppose meeting a place designed like the Ducal Palace of Venice would really help. And other impressive architecture, the Moorish Temple of Alhambra. No, this waiting room I'm waiting in definitely doesn't remind me of the inner depths of the Moorish Palace of Alhambra, or the Grand Palace of the Crimean Tatars of Bakhchisarai. And, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, I guess it's also unusual architecture. There are no guardrails climbing up. And I guess that's just one thing unusual about it. And then one landmark of St. Louis, Missouri is there's this arch, this big arch. I don't know the reason it's there, but I've seen it in photos. And I guess you can imagine a contrast between St. Louis and New York, or New York and St. Louis for that matter. Not to mention the architecture of a place like Panola, Illinois, or Fitchville, Ohio. Fitchville, Ohio has about 3 houses and 1 general store, but it may have possibly been built up by then. And somebody who's a cartoon, one famous cartoonist, someone who strips or commentaries on urban sprawl and expansion of certain types of architecture, especially nondescript architecture, is R. Crumb. And to try to imagine the architecture of a suburb like Marionette Park, Illinois, well, that's sort of an enclave of Oak Lawn, between Oak Lawn and Chicago, or the architecture of another suburb like Skokie, or certain unincorporated areas of Buffalo Grove, for that matter. A random suburban home in that section near the suburb, I imagine, must be as impressive as something like the Cologne Cathedral. Not to mention the palace at Wenceslas Square, or the Shwedagon Pagoda of Myanmar, the Forbidden Palace of Beijing, or the Nine Peak Mountain, or the pagoda of one of the multi-peak mountains of southwestern China. Not to mention the Temple of the Flower Garland School of Buddhism of Pusan. One of the more famous Buddhist temples of Korea, and As for architecture itself, I don't think I'd make it as an architecture invasion because some of it's math related, but I knew a number of architecture students when I was an IIT student, and a few when I was at the University of Illinois at Urbana. So, architecture to some extent is like draftsman, but certain parts are math related. And there's some avant-garde architecture I've seen pictures of lately, or in parts of Spain. There's very little I know about them, but they're just a special type of modern architecture that it's their way of trying to revive the architecture of the Middle Ages, but making it modernistic styles.
Chantez, man, chantez! Je dis à chanter.
How about him? You never really answered. Come on, get him.
Try to imagine me as assistant high school principal deep in the heart of rural Texas, or as alderman of Lake Charles, Louisiana, or Hepzibah, West Virginia. Otherwise, I'm noted for writing The Cure for Insomnia. I gave my work the title because I decided to create the longest, most monotonous poem that could be written in history.
It's no good trying to place your hand where I can't see, because I understand that you're different from me. Yes, I can tell that you can't be what you pretend, and you're rocking backwards and you're rocking towards the red and yellow mane of a stallion horse. Trying to hold your love where I can't see, because I understand that you're different from me. Yes, I can tell that you can't be what you pretend. The caterpillar hood won't cover the head of you. Should be home in bed. It's no good holding a sequined fan where I can't see because I understand that you're different from me. Yes, I can tell that you can't be what you pretend. Yes, you're spinning around and around in a car with electric lights flashing very fast.
He wanders alone in the Bellefontaine, Ohio Chamber of Commerce. What do you do all day? What don't you do all day? I march from one end of my room to the other in rhythm to Sousa Semper Fidelis, just to pass the time away. I don't work on the railroad all the livelong day. Damn, work on the railroad just to pass the time away. I twist the night away while trying to cook the style of Sam Cooke. I twist the night away while trying to practice basketball more often during the month of Bon de Miel than the month of Pluviose. I play the tune to Roger Miller's Dang Me on the clavier organ. I rock the music because I ain't nothing but a hound dog rocking all the time. I ain't cut a rabbit and I ain't no friend of his. I read excerpts of Kant's Critique of Pure Reason aloud in an Uncle Remus accent, sometimes every hour on the hour. I read pages of the National Union catalog aloud in an Uncle Remus accent. I read pages of the National Union catalog aloud in the voice of Senior Wences while trying to look at women through the hole in my eraser. I try to discuss the Upanishads in an Uncle Remus accent. Where is he? He's right here. Has he got a right to be here in his library? Where is... Where is... It's right there. Or with a left here. Or is it on your left ear? It's right here. I thought it was left there. What you do all day? I tell everybody the reason I sometimes don't return phone calls because I can twist the night away. Try to twist the night away at 6 and Market Street near downtown San Francisco in the Civic Center at 1:49 a.m.
71 and 72 working with John and Yoko on the album Smoke Stove, and on the David Frost show, and on the Ann Arbor, Michigan show, Free John Sinclair. And he basically taught me some cheating things on guitar that have made it a lot easier for me to play all these years. And I'm grateful because that's the band that changed the world.
Is John still here somehow in people's minds and stuff? Just elaborate a little bit.
John will always be with us because on every radio station, every day, you hear some Beatles, you hear some other group arranging it. And as a musician, looking at some of their charts, such as the Sgt. Pepper charts, it was amazing the arrangements that they did. It was just magic. It's not going to be done again. If we're lucky, maybe. I don't think so.
Thank you very much.
John gets his fish in Ireland is free. Okay. Playing in Ann Arbor, Michigan, I was basically playing an A chord as such. And I noticed John playing Dizzy Miss Lizzy, and I saw him with his finger here, just one finger on the A. And I said, what chord are you playing? He said, the A, so that I can use the other fingers for the melody.
Yeah.
And so with that, and then he showed me the D chord, which I used to play with 3 fingers. He said, play it with 2. You can do this. Basically, that was it. The trick of guitar, so you could play lead and rhythm at the same time.
Well, after the holidays are over, after holidays for a dog named Rover, I'm going to go to interviews for jobs, try and imitate the voice of Jolly Ho 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 Green Giant in order to sound more aggressive. So maybe I can get hired, although of course everybody knows there's no guarantee that I actually will get hired. So if I can't get hired at the place I hope for, or at Nortown to clean, or where the water tastes like wine after trying to sound so impressive, it would be a drag. It is a drag. By the chin of the chief head or custodian of the Tim Beck Group or Descent Group associated with special box for ancestors of deceased members, or deceased members of Padua Epet subgroup of the Ma'anians of Talang, it's a drag, by the chin of the elder of the Talang Chua, who is also the custodian of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the Timbek groups of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of the custodian of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the other noble or Bunsawa and Timbek groups of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of the custodian of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the warrior Panglima Timbek groups of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman custodian of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the Leary families or kin groups associated with the village house or main village house of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of the Wadyan or shaman of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the 6 other types of shamans of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of the Pumbekel or village headman of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, on the Siong River near the junction with the Talang River, it's a drag. By the chin of the Pangirak, or village crier of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the temporary secretary of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the Kapala Padang, the Sweden manager who keeps agricultural statistics and records of location, size, and yield of each Sweden plot and use of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the Wadian of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the 6 other kinds of shaman of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the Danya families or Sweden house or field house families that own common property of Padua Epet Ma'anians of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the 4 nuclear Dangal families of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of the Sweden hamlet, the 1 7/10 miles from Siong, but still within the Siong village territory, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the Dangal families of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the 3 Dangal or field houses of the Sweden hamlet, 2 8/10 miles from Siong Village in the middle range of the Siong village territory, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of the Dangal family of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the other 2 Dangal of the Sweden hamlet, 2 8/10 miles from Siong village in the middle range, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of the Dangal family of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the Dangal of the 6 hut Sweden hamlet, 5 miles northwest of Siong, still within the Siong village territory, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the other Dangal families of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the other Dangal, the 6 hut Sweden hamlet, 5 miles northwest of Siong, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the Dangal families of the Padua Epet Ma'anians of one of the other temporary swim hamlets outside Seong proper, but still within the Seong village territory. It's a drag. By the chin of the custodian, the Pajuepa onions of the Tumbak group of Tumbak Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of the custodian, the Pajuepa onions of the Tumbak group of Tumbak Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of the custodian, the Pajuepa onions of the temporary Tumbak group of Tumbak Sungking Seong, an offshoot of the Tumbak Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of the custodian, the Pajuepa onions of the other Tumbak group of Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the Bumuk custodians of the Pajuepa onions of one of the plots in the Seong village territory, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman custodian of the Pajuepa onions of one of the Leary family of Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the Mantir, Radat, or customary large tradition expert, or adjudicatory elders of the Pajuepa onions of Talang, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the Mantir, the Pajuepa onions of Seong, it's a drag. By the chin of the Pambakal of the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu on the Talang River, it's a drag. By the chin of the Pangerak, the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. By the chin of the village secretary, the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. By the chin of the Kapala Padanga, the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. By the chin of the Wadian of the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. By the chin of one of the 6 other kinds of shamans of the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. By the chin of the spokesman of one of the Dangao families of the Pajuepa onions of Murutuwu, it's a drag. Oh, you mean you didn't? It don't make no sense. Man, that's a drag.
Islam. I don't bullshit. I am the son of Bin Laden. I am the son of Bin Laden. I don't. How are you, my friend? What the fuck?
Also, it's also due south of what was formerly Karachayeva, Cherkessia.
You've been there?
I visited that part of the world once with a group of students that was several years back.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah.
My woman, we're from Turkey. What a bloody shame.
Oh.
I'm from Ireland.
I
I come all the way from Ireland.
Oh, really?
Puerto Rico.
I'm from Puerto Rico, baby.
You're really
Puerto Rican.
hot blood.
Hot blooded, baby, all the way, baby. Hot sex. Hot
I'm not
blooded.
your baby.
Where you from, Turkey?
No, I just want to speak with him. I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak with him.
I don't bloody care, mate.
The best computer in the world. Best computer in the world. You know it. You know it.
How much? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Bro, you know it.
Well, one thing I got back home was the list of the sheiks of the Order of the Seherurdiya.
Yeah.
Send you that. It's
Oh, where's
sometime.
this from?
Afghanistan.
Afghan? You were there?
No, but I got it. I got it. This one place.
Oradan geldim sonra biri bilgisayar gösterdi bir şeyler oldu.
Okay, tamam.
I need some hash. Do you have any hash for sale?
Ne uğramış bir
I need some hash.
Biraz konuşmak istiyorum. Nerede? Tabii. Aa, bir tane daha Türk arkadaşım var. Açalım buradan. Merhaba.
Get here with me. Hello. Can I give it over to my car? Hey, don't come on my car. All right, don't touch.
You're not carrying your car.
Don't touch, right?
You touch me first. You touch me. I'm recording something. You pushing me. Why are you pushing me? I'm recording something. Why are you pushing me? Huh? I'm recording something. Why are you pushing me? I'm recording something. Why are you pushing me?
Sorry to bother you. And this is going on.
Why are you pushing me?
Niye böyle şeyler yapıyor anlamıyorum.
How's the acting? Pretty good?
Thank you.
Remember the song Witch Doctor? It first starts out with the lyrics, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. A special room for 508 flames of kaopectate was under construction. It was big enough to cover the rest of the town, so people protesting were immediately covered by an army blanket dropped by the stork. So the next newcomer with Clavius from Mars could sail away or fly with it. Also taking with him a limited number of his followers, thinking it's a magic carpet. But the blanket was weighted down by 10-year-old rolls on loan from Howard Johnson's. All this took place on top of a zipper factory, which was on top of a topless bathing suit, which I guess was also bottomless. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, They were on top of the zipper factory, which was also on top of the topless bathing suits factory. But how could that place on the top of the bathing suits made there topless? Meaning the factory possibly makes regular bathing suits but have no roof. Meaning it's a topless or roofless factory where they make all types of bathing suits, you name it. The topless bathing suits factory has 4 walls and no top. True or false? It's an old factory. An old factory. It smells like an old factory. Me, and it sure as hell does. Bathing suit shortage because of a power shortage. A half-open suitcase must be strapped onto your bodies instead. A bathing suitcase. Remove the hinges. Remove the top half. The topless bathing suitcase. Preparation for the future closer garment shortage. As the gas in our poor stomachs mounts up, it makes it less easy for us to move out of our positions. We're busy looking at this old photo, too lazy to move out of our chair. We've got one easy chair made of hardwood. What's it like to wallow around a bog? Whenever a psychiatrist asks me what I do all day, or if some girl asks me what I do all day, I tell him or her, I try to start revolutions. And this past year, I decided to think about a New Year's revolutions as opposed to resolutions. Resolutions are harder for us to keep than revolutions. Resolutions, I imagine, are hard to keep for the majority of employees at the Northtown Cleaners. Certain groups who want to start revolutions sometimes advertise informal get-togethers of theirs as Revolution Booze Fund. What that really and generally is usually a group partying together and discussing sort of casually what they think is wrong with the government, our society, and our culture. But one thing that's hard to tell is if the groups that advertise themselves that way and party the way they party actually will do anything about the problems they want to change or think they should change. Demonstrations are also sort of like big parties, but at the same time also organized. In the case of various revolutionary groups, some of them are better organized than others, from what I've heard. Hope the wrong people in bars don't hear me discuss starting revolutions with members of revolutionary groups as we play the video games Joker, Poker, Alien Syndrome. Yeah, let's hope not. If that happens, it's a drag. It's a drag. Don't discuss that if you're playing Alien Syndrome. It might cause alienation. It's a drag. By the beard of the Ahms, or lesser lord or noble of the Kanamat clan, the Uzelbek, also known as the Kazbekwas tribe or subdivision of the Shkarawa, or Shkarawa, also known as the Ashkara, Rashkwara dialect group of the Abaza of one of the villages on the greater Laba River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Kavatanak, or paramount elders of the Kanamat clan, the Uzelbek, Shkarawa Abaza of the Akabara, or council of elders of the same village on the greater Laba River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba, or elders of the Akabara, of the Uzelbek, Shkarawa Abaza of the same village on the greater Laba River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba, of the Uzelbek, Shkarawa Abaza of the Akabara of the above said village on the greater Laba River. It's a drag. By the beard of the Achim of the Yach family of the Borokwe, also known as the Barakai or Ki tribe of the Shkarawa Abaza of one of the villages on one of the wooded or forested mountains above the Chuds, Fars, and Gups rivers. It's a drag. By the beard of one of Kavatanak of the Yach family of the Borokwe, Shkarawa Abaza of the Yakabara of the aforesaid village on one of the above-mentioned wooded mountains above the Chuds, Fars, and Gubs rivers. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba, the Burknais, Karawa Abaza, the Akabara of the same village on the above-mentioned wooded mountain above the Chuds, Fars, and Gubs rivers. It's a drag. By the beard of the Axum of the Anchok family of the Burknais, Karawa Abaza of one of the other villages on one of the other wooded mountains above the Chuds, Fars, and Gubs rivers. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba, the Burknais, Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the aforesaid village on that same wooded mountain above the Chuds, Fars, and Gubs rivers. By the beard of the Tom tribe, Karawa Abaza, one of the villages on the upper greater Lava River. By the beard of one Kabatana of the Sarum clan of the Toms Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the same village on the upper greater Lava River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba of the Toms Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the very same village on the upper greater Lava River. It's a drag. By the beard of the Achim one of the other clans of the Tam Karawa Abaza of one of the other villages on the upper greater Lava River. It's a drag. By the beard of one Kabatana of one of the other clans of the Tam Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the very same village on the upper greater Lava River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba of the Tam Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the above-mentioned village on the upper greater Lava River. It's a drag. By the beard of the Achim or the Pupil Karawa Abaza of one of the villages on the Andreyuk River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Kavatanak of the Puzuldak Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the aforesaid village on the Andreyuk River. It's a drag. By the beard of one of the Akaba, the Puzuldak Karawa Abaza of the Akabara of the aforementioned village on the Andreyuk River. It's a drag. By the beard of the Hakim or great lord or noble of the Puzulbek Karawa Abaza of the village of Reisberg that's a drag. By the beard of one of the Kavatanak of the Reisberg, Karawa Abaza, the Yakabara of Reisberg it's a drag. By the beard of one of the Yakaba of the Yakabara of Reisberg it's a drag. By the beard of the Axum of the Bach or Bag tribe of the Karawa Abaza, of one of the villages on the upper reaches of the Hoods River, it's a drag. By the beard of one of the Kavatanak of the Bach, Karawa Abaza, of the Yakabara, of the same village on the upper reaches of the Hoods River, it's a drag. If nobody wants to play the game Alien Syndrome, which that means you're socially alienated. Alienated. Elevated. DL. What they call the subway in Chicago town. What a drag. And each page also starts with a different introductory line or paragraph. How many pages it would take to cure individual cases would probably vary from one individual to the other. And one of the reasons I gave it the title is because it's a purposely monotonous work. I'm still writing.
But it's not published yet.
No, well, actually, the whole book is not fit, yeah.
So now you're going around for what? What are you doing? Like you live in New York or you don't live in New York?
I don't live in New York as my regular residence. I visit there temporarily. Where I'm from Chicago, so I live there.
No, but you came to New York as part of your project?
Yeah.
Do you try to get doctors to see if your cure works?
Well, that's something I plan to try separately. One thing what I was thinking of originally was showing them sections of the written work itself, and another way would be to also show them the video excerpts and other things I could have them hear, or audio tapes of me reading it, because of certain tapes I made with other friends. Sometimes they played music in the background. Sometimes
first, please. We're going to pass it on first. Supposed to be in the shop. Number 3 man, train to 148.
So
Please step in carefully.
that's the other way doctors could try to find out if it works. And I'm not qualified to know if it would work in most cases, which is the reason I'd have to have a doctors who are.
If it works in some cases, it's good. It's worth time, even if it works in some cases.
Oh yeah. But I'd have to have somebody who's qualified to test it out. Otherwise, I never felt better. There's better puck anywhere near the Embarcadero. I don't know the jigsaw puzzle, but who cares which one it is as long as it says so on the jigsaw puzzle. All the food in the supermarket was replaced by briefcases. Suddenly there was not one soul seen for miles around without a briefcase. Except for me, because I'm the world's tallest elf. The guy down the block was in a fight with his kid, wore the wrong side briefcases on his feet. Was he one of the subjects painted on the work Magritska Kunda? No, their mothers do not tuck them into bed every night. One co-worker of mine at a job I had asked me that question because I dared to tell him my economic educational background. And yeah, know what he did? No, what the hell he do? He didn't ask me the question, what the hell he do? That's for sure. For sure. For sure. For damn sure. He wouldn't believe me, though. He just wouldn't believe me when I told him my mother actually didn't tuck me in the bed at night. Still, he wouldn't believe me. So, yeah, know what he did. He opened his mouth as wide as humanly possible. His nostrils contracted with a bit of snot coming out, making the sound of malted milk Louisiana hot sauce mixer. His eyes bulged like golf balls painted with streaks of red. Eyebrows raised up in lines on his forehead like furrows on a farm. A little Barnum silo were placed on the furrows on his forehead by some little kid who walked in because he got lost. That same kid placed a toy tractor and toy cow on the very same forehead-lined furrows. A professional musician who came out to buy a pogo stick drew a musical staff and painted music notes on the very same forehead-lined furrows. He painted a musical staff so he could impress his staff members. Anyways, the rest of his body fell ajar. Legs and arms spread apart, stood motionless for hours and hours. I didn't say no, goddammit, my mother doesn't talk to me in bed at night. Mind your own business, and I didn't say, next time you say that I'm gonna sock you, what would have happened if I said, fuck no? He would have used a Placerville hotel roof as a pillow, I bet that one would have happened. Waltzing on water skis I borrowed from Walter Offenwall, otherwise known as Walter Offenwall's water skis, not to be confused with Wally Walfall's water skis. Walter Offenwall's Waltzen skis or Wally Fallwaller's water skis and not enjoying them as a drag. By the beard of one of the Jodumbrogwa or elders of the Kagolo minimal lineage, of the Komolo minor lineage, of the Kawur major lineage, of the Kaduat maximal lineage, of the Karatwanya or Joe Karatwanya clan, of the Jokuini main group of the Jokajok or Jokajok division of the Jolwo of the settlement of Kagolo and Karatwanya on the northern shores of the Gulf of Kavirondo between Yakach and Kochi and Kavirondo. It's a drag. But by the beard of one of the Tuondi or bulls or most successful warriors of the Kagolo minimal lineage, of the Kamolo minor lineage, of the Kawur major lineage, of the Kaduat maximal lineage, of the Karatwanya clan, of the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok, division of Joluo, Kagolo, and Karatwanya, it's a drag. By the beard of the Kidvita, Uonlowo, or Hamlet group head of the Joluo, one of the Hamlet groups of Kagolo, and Karatwanya, it's a drag. By the beard of the Jadwongdala, Uondala, or Hamlet elder of the Joluo, one of the Hamlets and one of the Hamlet groups of Kagolo, and Karatwanya, it's a drag. By the beard of the Jadwongdwa, or aboriginal guardian of the forest of Joluo, Kagolo, and Karatwanya, it's a drag. By the beard of the Okebe, or settlement head, also known as the Ruth Gweng, or Jago of the Jolwo of the settlement of Kogembo. Also in Karatonyo, it's a drag. By the beard of one of the Jodong Dod, or elders or councilors of the Bush Gwang, or settlement council of the Jolwo of Kogembo and Karatonyo, it's a drag. By the beard of the one Gwang, or earth custodian or father of the land of the Kogembo minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan of the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok division of Jolwo, Kogembo and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Nyatmo Chor, the banner scouts sent to occupy the hunting track of the Kogembo minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan of the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok division of Jolwo, the hunting track of Kogembo and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of one of the Jodong Rabois, the Kogembo minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan of the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok division of Jolwo, Kogembo, and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of one of the Swondi, of the Kogembo minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan of the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok division of Jolwo, Kogembo, and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Kizeda of the Jolwo, one of the hamlet groups of Kogembo and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Jadwon Dala of the Jolwo, one of the hamlets and one of the hamlet groups of Kogembo and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Jadwon Dwa of the Jolwo, Kogembo and Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Okebe of the Jolwo, the settlement of Kanyananga, or Kanyananya, also in Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of one of the Jodong Dot, or the Bush Gwang, the Jolwo, Kanyananga, in Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the one Gwang of the Kanyananga, or Kanyananya minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage, of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan, the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok, Karatonyo to drag. By the beard of the Yatno Chor, the Kanyananga minimal lineage of the Komolo minor lineage of the Kawur major lineage of the Kaduat maximum lineage of the Karatonyo clan, the Jopuini main group of the Jokajok, the Jolwo, the hunting track of Kanyananga Karatonyo to drag. The writer of this list of poetry seen in this community is a drag. Didn't there. There's no poetry seen here.
Well, I gave you everything. passa New York? ¿Qué pasa New York?